We take off at 7:30. We got like 10 minutes. Yo, it's Austin. We're here in St. Lucia. Finally made it. It was a struggle to get here. Almost missed the flight. You know, almost missed another flight. Haven't eaten. It's about 4:30, 4:45. So we're stopping to get some food. Headed to the villa, but really looking forward to this trip. But you know, I've traveled a lot. You know, we've been to Cabo, Cancun, Dominican Republic, a lot of different places. And St. Lucia by far has the most restrictions as far as getting into the country with negative tests. You have to literally apply and get an approval to get into the country. And they really don't even want like foreigners outside, even though we're outside right now, but like there's curfews. It's gonna be an interesting time. So, you know, we're here for I think 6 days. So let's see how it is.
Well, no, it's not hot here.
I ain't never been to San Diego for real.
Day 2, we made it to the villa. We actually got here last night, but it was actually pretty dark when we got here. It gets dark here like 6 o'clock, so it actually gets dark like really early. So I'm gonna show you around today. Like I said, day 2, we made it. Yesterday on the way in, the roads was crazy. It's very mountainous. It's very back and forth and up and down. And I felt like I was gonna throw up, but we finally got here, got some food in my stomach, and all was good after that. But I'm gonna show you around today. It's beautiful, especially when I show you these views. It's gonna be game over, but there's actually 3 villas here. So you got one up top, one down low, and then one over here. So luckily we're the only ones that are here right now, so we don't gotta like share with anybody. But the owner said it took them 4 years to build this. They finished it in 2011, and they said pre-COVID, it was booming. People were here all the times. You're gonna understand that here in a second. I'm gonna show you around in the views. The views is the crazy part, and I think that's why it does so well. So let's check it out. So we're up here now. We're gonna walk over here to the balcony, and I'm gonna show you some of the views out here. But this is overlooking, and I might butcher this name. This is overlooking Marigot Bay, Marigot, something like that. But so the bay's there, got some boats. They have one restaurant here while we're here. It's that green roof over there. One restaurant that U.S. citizens are allowed to eat at. So we're probably going to be spending a lot of time down there because it's the only place that we can eat. And U.S. citizens are not allowed to like leave the premises without a guide. So the only way that we can leave here is by having a taxi that drives us anywhere we want to go. So it's going to be an interesting week. But later today, in about an hour, we're actually going to the heated springs and then probably like jump on a boat and go ride around. So make sure we get some good footage of that stuff too. So we're here in the city of Ancillary. It's a fishing village. It's been here forever. They say this island has traded hands between countries 14 times. It's so weird. Just rub it?
Yeah, rub it.
Oh. Oh, what in the world? So we just hiked up here. You know, I'm not one for hiking, but I couldn't miss seeing these views. That's the Piton Mountain, and we got the brother or sister Piton Mountain right over here as well. Like I said, the views here are crazy. I've seen a lot of like beautiful, clear oceans, but the mountains here are amazing. It says it's a 4-hour hike to get up that thing, and then a 4-hour hike to get down that thing. I'm definitely not doing it, but somebody might do it someday. So we're out here on a boat today. Ended up renting a boat. Went down to the Piton Mountains. It was really cool. We saw it from like the hills. Now we saw it from the ocean. It was really dope. And then we got some local food as well. Again, the really weird thing here during COVID and everything is that they don't let us sit down inside the restaurant. So we had to get the food, and then we had to come back onto the boat to eat the food. And now we just stopped at a local beach. You see all these palm trees behind us. We actually, somebody here actually ended up climbing up the palm tree to bring down coconuts. And then chopped them up so we could eat them. So it was really cool. I'm getting ready to head back to the hotel, to the Airbnb right now. Probably hang by the pool, cook up some food. I don't know if anybody here knows how to cook, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's what we've been on today. So far St. Lucia's been a great time. Again, there's a little bit of COVID restrictions, but it's all good. We're still enjoying ourselves. But I ended up talking to the owner about the real estate here and about this house specifically. She said she ended up buying this back in 2011, and the purchase and all the construction, which I'm going to show you the different buildings. There's actually 3 different units here. I'm going to show you all the units. The purchase and the construction was only $600,000. The crazy thing is they had to like excavate an entire mountain, which was part of that budget as well, and it was still only 600 grand. Had to do the driveways, all the above. So, you know, it's not that much money once you get down here. She said the land price has tripled or quadrupled since they bought it about 10 years ago. So obviously the all-in cost is going to be more now. The construction cost is probably going to be more now, but she's all into this bad boy for $600,000. And there's 3 different units, but for the year pre-COVID, before COVID, she said she was bringing in about $150,000 a year here. I think she'd be able to do a lot more than that because the house that we're staying in, she's really not charging that much at the end of the day. I'm kind of surprised about the pricing, but the place is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna kind of show you around. This is the first unit. This is the first house they built here, but that was the original moneymaker. It's 1 unit upstairs. It's 2 bedrooms upstairs, and then downstairs it had like a maid's quarter. You know, there's somebody used to live here. They used to take care of the grounds, but they're adding that now. They're converting it to be one of those units. So, you know, that's unit number 1. That's the first thing they did. There was no pool or anything here when they started it. Now there's obviously a pool for all the guests to enjoy. The pool is shared, and then back behind me, there's an upper unit and the lower unit. The upper unit is what we're staying in. The lower unit is what can be rented out to other people. So you got 1 unit there, and then you got 2 units here. So 3 units in total, and she says she brings in about $150,000 a year just renting these out. So I'm gonna take you upstairs and show you our unit up there. So the other cool thing about this is that they have water, but they use rain buckets. That rains and then the water goes into the bucket. And they don't have regular sewer systems. They actually have septic tanks. So the water dumps into a tank, and then they got to get the tank pumped out all the time. So up here we got wraparound balconies, which goes around the entire place, and it's on all the bedrooms, which is really, really cool. Inside, kitchen ain't much to look at, but it's hard to get materials down here. And then we go out here, it's living room, open concept, which is one of my favorite things, is the balcony, is the views that this place has. So you look down, you got houses down there, you got restaurants down there. One of the really cool things is that from this side to the other side, which there's a restaurant and a hotel over there, the only way to get to the hotel is through water taxi. So there's no roads over there. You actually have to take a taxi, a water taxi, over to the other side to actually get over there. So I thought that was kind of cool. But if you look here, over here, you got 2 of the bedrooms, which have balconies outside of the bedroom. And then if you go into this one, this is my room, and I was a little nervous the first night, honestly, to sleep with the doors open because like I was scared someone was gonna walk up on me. But night 2, I ended up opening the doors, and it's very, very beautiful, serene to sleep like that. And as soon as the sun comes up in the morning, you're like wide awake. Something that was funny too, this thing, never knew what this was, but I went to go to sleep the first time, and I was like, man, there's a lot of bugs in here. I'm a little bit nervous. And I saw this, but it was wrapped around the backside, and I was like, that's a bug thing. So you actually tuck it around the bed so the mosquitoes don't eat you all night. And there's no air conditioner here, and a lot of it is open concept windows here, and that's basically the air conditioning unit. Don't fall off the staircase. They have no railings. And then up here is just kind of like a loft, a hangout spot, but you got like a living room, and then a second bedroom over there. So this is in total 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms just in this unit, and then you have the other units on top of this as well. So I was talking to the owner, and it took them 4 years to develop this entire project. So they bought the land and then built the guest house first, and then built this building second, and then put the pool in third. So it took them 4 years to develop the entire thing. They say you actually have to be on site every day to manage the contractors because it's not normal contracting. There's always change orders. If they screw something up, they don't just change it, they charge you to change it the right way. So you gotta actually be here to manage them. And I asked her what she was doing with the property. She said this building, the double unit, is actually for sale. She wouldn't tell me how much it was for sale for. I'm gonna do some research and try and find out. But this building's for sale. She says she's moving on to bigger and better things. We're out of here. It's our last day. We're on the way to the airport. We almost forgot our negative COVID tests, which you need to get back into the US. But got those done yesterday. Got them printed out. Headed to the airport now. But definitely gonna miss the beautiful scenery here. So we're at the airport, about to take off out of here. I ended up talking to the host of the Airbnb before we left, and she ended up telling me how much they were selling the house for. It's listed for $1.6 million. She said before COVID, it brought in about $160,000 a year in income. So I don't really know if that's a good investment down here or not, but 1.6 is what it was selling for. You know, this trip specifically was more of like a vacation for me rather than a mastermind. I do a lot of traveling with masterminds, and I actually end up holding my own masterminds where a group of high-level individuals will fly out to a different country to learn and network and mastermind with one another. You know, I've made a lot of great connections from those things. I actually got confirmation today where we confirmed our next mastermind trip, our Elevate Mastermind vacation. June 10th to the 14th is when it's going to be. So if you're interested in that at all, private message me on Instagram or drop a comment below. Would love to tell you more about it. And one big takeaway that I had from this trip, every time I travel, it always sits in a little bit more, but I realize more and more that I don't have to be sitting at home in an office on, you know, a job site, whatever it is, to make money. The beautiful thing nowadays is we have these things called cell phones, and we have laptops where you can literally make money anywhere in the world at any time. So again, every time I travel, that just gets bigger and bigger and more realistic to me of making money from your cell phone. It's called Wi-Fi money. It's called lifestyle money. It's called whatever you wanted to call it. It's called making money when you're doing what you enjoy. So that was a big takeaway for me. Overall, it was an amazing trip. Definitely looking forward to the next one where we're actually going to go and mastermind with 20, 40, 60 different people. But yeah, you know, let's wrap up St. Lucia. We'll see you on the next one.